Hello and welcome to another video. My name is Boxiest, and today we're going to continue the What If series. What if events had gone differently? And in this What If, we're going to change the history of Cobra Kai. What if Robby fought Kwon during the events of Cobra Kai Season 6 Part 3? So in this timeline, the Seikai Taikai brawl would still happen, Kwon would still be attacking Robby, and Sam would still want to help him. So Kwon will still attack Sam, Axel will still see this, and he will still get mad, so Axel will still want to go after Kwon, and those events would stay the same. Axel and Kwon will still fight, and he will still knock Kwon into the camera. Kwon will still get mad, and this is when he would still see the knife. So much like in the original timeline, Kwon will still grab the knife, and he will still want to go after Axel. Axel and Kwon would continue to fight, and he will still be doing a flying tornado kick, but Axel would still sweep Kwon's leg, so Kwon would still fall on the knife. But in this timeline, the stab wouldn't be lethal, so Kwon would survive. Everyone would be shocked, and they would stop fighting. The Seikai Taikai would still be cancelled, and Kwon would be rushed to the hospital. Those events would carry on. Terry Silver would still want the Seikai Taikai to continue, so Terry Silver would still want to convince Gunther to resume the Seikai Taikai. So in this timeline, the Seikai Taikai will resume a lot earlier. Master Kim Sung-young would still want his dojang to go back to the Seikai Taikai. Kwon would be almost fully recovered from his injury, and he would want to fight. Master Kim would tell Kwon that Kane's beaten him before, and that he will not beat him again. So Master Kim Sung-young and Sensei Kim would train Kwon, and they would still teach him the secret technique, and they would push Kwon to his limits. In this timeline, Kreese wouldn't be redeemed, and he would also help train Kwon. So in this timeline, Sensei Kim wouldn't kill her grandfather, and those events would carry on. The Seikai Taikai will still resume in the valley, so Dimitri and Hako help Robby train. Eventually the Seikai Taikai will resume, and Robby will still fight Axel in the boys semifinals. So Robby and Axel will still fight, and during the first round, Robby will still land the first point. Everyone would be surprised, and they would begin to cheer, but this will make Axel mad, and he would begin to adapt, so Axel will still get 5 points. Sensei will get mad that Axel got hit, and he would want Axel to get more aggressive, so the fight would continue, and they would still each get 5 more points. So Sensei Wolf would still want Axel to break Robby's leg, so Axel would still try to break Robby's leg in this timeline, but in this timeline, Robby wouldn't get his leg caught by Axel, so Robby and Axel would continue to fight. Robby would use a combination of offense and defense, and he would remember all his training, so Robby would be able to land more points, and he would eventually tie the score. Everyone in the crowd would cheer, and Robby would eventually attempt a flying tornado kick, and he would be able to hit Axel, so Robby would get a knockdown, and he would get another 10 points. The timer would run out, so Robby would defeat Axel 21-11. Everyone in the crowd would cheer, and Miyagi would celebrate. Sensei Wolf would be mad that Axel lost, and he would still tell him that he was ashamed to be a sensei, but in this timeline Axel wouldn't stand up to Wolf. Those events would continue. The girls' semifinals would begin. Sam and Tori would have another rematch, and they would both be using a combination of offense and defense, and they would be evenly matched. Both Miyagi and Cobra Kai would get many points, but in the end Tori would defeat Sam, and she would get the upper hand. Tori and Zara would fight, but Zara would be fighting dirty and with aggression, and the match would be closer in this timeline, and Tori wouldn't get as many points against Zara, but much like in the original timeline, Tori would still defeat Zara, and she would be the girls' world champion. The boys' finals would begin. Robby and Kwon would fight. Kwon would be fighting with offense and aggression, and he would score a couple points in the first round. Kreese would want Kwon to show no mercy, and he would remind Kwon of what Master Kim taught him, and during the second round, Kwon would start to get even angrier, and he would continue fighting with aggression, and he would get some points on Robby. Eventually, Kwon would see an opening to use a secret technique, so Kwon would start to use the move. Robby would be out of breath, and he would fall on the ground, and he would scream in pain, and he would be sent to the medic, so it would be considered a knockout. So in this timeline, he would be the boys' world champion. Tori would see how Kwon had fought dirty, so she wouldn't want anything to do with Cobra Kai anymore, so Tori would leave Cobra Kai. The Iron Dragons would still win by overall points, and those events would carry on. Even though Miyagi lost, Miyagi would remain open, and things would be a lot more peaceful in the valley. Kwon and the rest of the Cobra Kais would go back to Korea, and Kwon would continue his training at Master Kim's dojang, and they would start training for the next Seikai Taikai. And that is where I'm going to end this What If. Thank you guys for watching. What do you guys think would have happened if Robby fought Kwon during the events of Cobra Kai Season 6? Let me know in the comments below. YouTube lets me know that the majority of you are not subscribed, so if you guys could subscribe, that would be much appreciated. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like this video, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. And I'll see you guys next time.